more you give, the more you shall receive. You've probably heard this or some variation of this throughout your life, but more and more successful people these days are saying the exact same thing.
I really like the concept of give more than you take.
If you give much more than you ever expect to receive, you will be in a position where you'll never have scarcity.
Tony Robbins, who you just saw there, also talks about how if you're not going to give a dime out of a dollar today, then you're very unlikely to give $1,000 out of $100,000 at any point in the future. And I completely align to that. It's almost like you've got to decide whether you're going to donate today. And once you've decided, stick to it, no matter what your current financial situation is. Hey, but like everything else, it can be difficult, but it can also be easy. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to make charitable giving easier. I've done it myself, so I'm going to talk to you about my personal experience of making this happen. Let's go. I gave myself a target, a charitable contributions target, back when I was working at a job that paid me £30,000 a year. Boy, that was a long time ago. But I knew then, like I do today, and like most of you know, that no matter what your current situation, there are those people that are much worse off. So there's always something to appreciate if you step back from your life and list out what's going well in your life, what's good about your life. Change the focus if your narrative is the opposite. Once you change the focus, you reframe it, it's a powerful thing to do. You realize that you've got so much to be grateful for. Yes, things might not be where you want them to be. For me, that's what life is. It's about growth and progress. If that were to stop, I don't know what I'd do. When you go through this exercise of listing out what's good in your life, you realize that there are those out there who you could help, even in your current situation now. Now, this was when, at a salary of £30,000 a year, my second ever job, I think, I set a target for myself of contributing 5% of my income to charity. So the calculation was easy. You work out how much you're being paid on a monthly basis and times it by 5% or 0.05. Now I had my monthly contribution target. I then picked a charity that I knew something about that was dear to me, and I've always typically given to smaller charities, not these massive ones. But that's just me. I picked the charity, and I don't even recall which one it was now. Back then, I had to contact them directly, ask them for a recurring payment form. They'd send it to me in the post, I'd fill it in, and then return it either to them or send it directly to my bank. Now it's obviously much easier. The charity websites, and I've not come across a charity recently that didn't have a website, they will have automatic ways of setting these recurring payments up directly from their website. And bish bash boom, a few seconds, and you're all done. This is what I call automatic donations. You've made the decision to contribute, you've figured out how much you want to contribute, and you've automated the process. I love making decisions and then taking the friction away by automating the entire thing. Once it's set up, it's done. I don't have to think about it again unless I choose to. It just automatically works. When you're setting up your donations, in the UK, remember to fill out the gift aid forms that accompany your donations. This allows the charity to claim back tax on your donation at no further cost to you, so the charities receive a boost from the government on top of your donation. If you pay more than just the basic rate of income tax, i.e. you are a higher rate taxpayer, then don't forget you can also claim back more tax for yourself on the amounts you've donated as well. The next approach I'm going to talk about is called payroll giving. Some workplaces, and more all the time, offer easier giving options directly through payroll, as the name suggests. This is where you donate to the charity of your choice through the salary you receive from your employer. Annoyingly, not all employers offer this, so if yours doesn't, do contact the HR department of your company or the payroll department of your company and ask them if they'd consider setting up a payroll giving scheme. They may actually already have one in place and perhaps haven't promoted it enough. All employers in the UK can set up a payroll giving scheme by simply contacting a relevant payroll giving agency. If your employer does have a payroll giving scheme set up, then most of the time you'll just be able to choose the charity of your choice from their list. But some employers, and I think this is stupid by the way, some employers restrict the number of charities that you can donate to through this scheme. And if your company restricts this, then try and see if you can set up your charity, the charity you want to give to, on their payroll giving scheme. And if they refuse, then just take your money as salary in the normal way and donate directly to the charity using the method we discussed earlier. But I think restricted giving is a bit of a rarity these days, so I'm hoping you don't come across it very often. Now, some people ask whether gift aid is applicable on payroll giving, and it's not. And there's a very simple and obvious reason why not, and you'll realize why I'm saying that in that way once you realize what it is. Payroll giving is the most tax efficient way to give, and your donation is given to the charity before tax is even applied to your salary. So you benefit from tax relief at source. You don't need to claim anything back. And the charity benefits by not having to claim tax back via the gift aid process. So it's an admin win for them as well. Okay, so that's payroll giving. Now I'm going to talk about charitable shopping programs. This is a way to maximize the amount of money you can donate to charities through your everyday online purchases. By participating in a charitable shopping program, a proportion of your purchases is donated to a charity of your choice. Many online retailers offer this option, and you'll see somewhere around me some charitable shopping program options that are available today in the UK. The way this typically works is usually usually like a cashback site. So you choose who you're going to buy from online and then use one of these shopping programs to search for that retailer. This will show the percentage of your purchase that will be given to a charity, much like a cashback site where that percentage would usually come to you, but in this case it goes directly to the charity once you've clicked through to the retailer and completed your purchase as normal. This approach means no additional cost to you, but the charity benefits from your day-to-day spending. You could of course decide to use a cashback site, get the cashback for yourself and then donate to the charity, but this adds unnecessary friction if you're just deciding to act as a go-between. So instead, many people choose to just use this frictionless approach to optimize their giving instead. Nowadays, I donate to several charities that are close to me and to those that I believe are helping others in the most effective ways. But not all of my charitable contributions are pre-allocated. As I said, I do contribute to many charities on a monthly basis, but the amount I've allocated towards charitable contributions is higher than the amount I send out on a monthly basis to those charities. At this point, a lot of you are probably thinking, what? You're giving money to charities every month, but the money you've got allocated to charitable contributions is higher than the amount you're giving? What do you do with the rest? Well, the answer is I collect it for later distribution. That's the best way I can describe this. I have set up a monthly amount for charitable giving. This allows me to plan ahead and be consistent with my contributions. But not all of this amount is allocated. I mean, a large proportion is, some 75%, but the rest isn't, because I wanted to allow myself to contribute to other things throughout the year that I might not be able to plan for right now. Examples of this include giving money to people I meet, or contributing to a friend's charitable cause or a sponsored activity they might be undertaking. Sometimes this can be tax efficient and sometimes not, but I don't really care, as this is all about giving first, tax efficiency second. Now of course, if there is tax efficiency and I can take advantage of it, I'm going to. But if I meet someone that I think is in need and I want to contribute money to them, then I'm not really going to worry about the tax efficiency of that particular contribution. Over the months, this excess in my charitable budget collects in a high interest savings pot, not a separate account mind. And when a friend or a colleague runs a marathon, hikes up a mountain, or does a push-up challenge, I reach into this pot and contribute however much I like. What I've found is, and the beauty of this, is that if that amount is collected over several months, and quite a bit has collected in it, then I end up giving much more than I would have otherwise done, because that's what that pot has collected for. There's a purpose to it. It's been set aside for exactly this sort of thing. Now obviously this money doesn't just collect forever. The aim is for it to go to zero, as it has been earmarked for contribution, but it allows me to make that choice and give money beyond charities to those in need that I come across in day-to-day life. I've covered financial giving here, but there's obviously more to contributions than just financial contributions. There's time and other resources as well, some of which can be equally, if not more valuable. But this video had a specific aim to raise the profile on how to give and how to make charitable giving easier. And I hope I've done that with this video. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do hit the like button and share it with a friend who you think might benefit from what I've talked about here. As a population, I strongly believe we need to rethink how we give and how we treat giving to charities. This video is all about that, so head on there if you want to learn more about this. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.